looking at the positive, man. I do believe sometimes we self-sabotage. Well, let's just put it, I believe me, self-sabotage. Because, you focus on what's missing versus what you have. What do have? Like my current situation. My current company don't pay the best, but they pay alright. Okay. They definitely don't pay the best. There's some other benefits. They don't complain. They don't really stress you too much, actually. They don't. But anyway, I just focus on what I do. I was gonna quit trucking, and I'm like, where I'm gonna place this income from. Then I had to think about overall. It's not snow. At least quit when it starts snowing. Quit in like November or something. And after the summer, okay, when it starts snowing and doing all that shit again. But as of right now, I have to think. Cause I think of myself. I was gonna quit. I thought about quitting, just not working for a while. Cause I really want a dedicated account. I really want a local job. Based on my record, that some companies won't hire me. Similar to a lot of other drivers. Nobody's going to super ego if they got choices. They go into super ego when they don't got choices. There's too many great companies out here, and I'm just a few year drivers in. I would think a 10-year driver would know this, but they may not notice they damn self. They may not know it they damn self because they so tunnel vision. Trucking is the career. Well, you can go from making 800 one week as a new driver, get on a new account, get on a dedicated account, and you can be making 1,500. The positive, trucking is paid on production. Most people get paid by production. And you truck drivers don't realize. I googled other professions real quick, just seeing how much their starting pay was. Did you realize in that category they estimated that trucking was one of the highest paying out of all of them other positions out there, other trades? And they're halfway right, because it doesn't take that many years to make money. To me, it just take the right account. Every account pays differently, right? And then a good production. That's all you need. That's really, at the end of the day, that's all you need. Truck drivers, what you don't realize is that a lot of people throughout your life, I'm 40, and I've realized as I get older, and people in general, people work dead-end jobs don't make any money. Jobs that have them a career of struggling. Soon something happens, they don't got money for this, money for that, because they get paid so low. That's all I can say about that, man. And it's just, and then me personally, I recommend trucking to so many people because people work dead-end jobs, man. I come on this dating show, listen to this girl talking, and she didn't like where she was at. She was an STNA. She don't get paid that much money. She's in her 40s. She got 3 kids. So let's get this straight. You got multiple kids. You only make $45,000 a year. I mean, that's automatically put you in a poor salary. And you can't do nothing more to make some careers. You can't do no more to make any more money. So years will pass, and your salary will not increase. That's what I will say. Years will pass, and you will not make any more money. Sad but true, but that's how it is. Years will pass, years will go past, and you won't make any money. I know, I can equivalent that. I worked in food service for 10 years. And I worked one position for 4 years. And in that 4-year period, my salary didn't hardly go up with a damn. Early 20s, just don't pay that much money. It's just, truck drivers, you don't see what you do have. You don't. I mean, a friend of mine, she had a master's degree. She had a master's. Okay. And she told everybody about it, but I don't think she got paid more than, and she got a CDL. I don't think she got paid more than some of these truckers. I don't know what it was in, but, I know people that got all these degrees ain't making no money. So I said, you know what? Be happy to have what you have. And really what you want, no matter what you do in life. You want to be in a position to make money and save money. If you can do that, you're winning. You're winning. A lot of people out here that make $100 grand, $200 grand, they're spending it all. They're living check to check. I've been on some YouTube channels with guys. One guy doing COVID, he's 50 something. He's in his 50s. He was making thousands doing COVID. He bought a house, bought a car, and living a good life. And then now he got all these houses and cars. Now he can't afford to survive off $1,400 a week because his bill's so goddamn high. Let me back this up for a minute what nobody talk about. You do not buy a house. You do not buy a car. You finance a car. You finance a house. So you're just set to make payments, whatever them payments are. Most people, 99% of people, are not going in there buying a house cash out. They ain't buying a car cash out. They financing a car cash out. And it made me mad with him that he's this old, telling people that he was making $2-3 grand a week when he was COVID, whoop making all this money. Ain't save a damn thing. There's so many truck drivers I done heard they was making all this money per week, 2-3 grand. Guess what happened? Well, they bought a house, they bought a couple cars. The bills went up like a motherfucker, You ain't really about. You just added more payments to your shit. That's all it is. House is just another motherfucking payment. Car here, just more motherfucking payments. God, why do people? We are in a society. Well, people, getting a lot of miles is another negative. Getting a lot of miles is equivalent to getting a lot of overtime. So sometimes people finance all they shit off their overtime. Guess what the lawyer said, which he's right. What happens when a company stops giving you overtime and they cut the overtime off of niggas? I know, I worked in the warehouse. Motherfuckers was balling when they had overtime. But when the overtime cut out, niggas came to roke Saudi. I know. I remember that. But the boy ain't changed. That my boy, me, I didn't change my cost of living no matter how much my paycheck was. I don't see, my philosophy is I don't give a fuck about buying a house. I really don't give a fuck about getting married. Maybe a little bit, but I really don't. It's just an expense. Marriage is an expense. House is a cost. Motherfuckers. And most people are terrible at saving. They just are. I've listened to a couple truck drivers say, oh, man, I was making $2 grand this week, $3 grand this week, $2,500, and now I'm about to file for bankruptcy. What, the wife ain't working? And they living off 3,000 miles a week? Well, if you think you're going to get 3,000 miles every week, and these people are all old. One guy almost 60. Done. You don't know this shit by now. At 60, I don't know what the fuck to tell you. That's all I can say. But truckers, you don't realize what you do got. A lot of people work dead-end jobs. They do dead-end jobs. Just is what it is. You don't realize it. And some people that struggling don't tell you. They just struggle alone. And the thing I realize about being poor, some people get used to being poor. They used to struggle. The struggle left, they get used to being poor. They get used to working 2-3 jobs. For most of you guys out here, when you guys get 25, let's say 20, in between 2,500 and 3,000 miles a week, our equivalent, your pay just went up to like $30 an hour. No, $40 an hour, right? Your pay just went up drastically high. But nobody sees that equation. Your pay just went up to like fucking $40 an hour. It's just the same. It's the same job. You're doing the same shit. What's happening? You're just getting more miles. That's all. Whoop-de-doo. It ain't. Just another day in paradise. This is not a hard job. So I hate people say, oh, my job is so hard. I'm so stressed out. It's not a hard job. Now, the shippers, don't get me wrong. Some of the shippers can make your job hard. Going there with the wrong pickup number, getting your load canceled. That's doing all that shit. That's why long term you want to get dedicated LTL. You don't want to deal with the random dumb shit of OTL. What I'm dealing with. But what I have is still invaluable. Even with all the shit I got to deal with, it's still beneficial financially. And that's the most important thing. It is beneficial financially. And you truck drivers out here, you may think your lifestyle, you are making more money than a lot of professionals out here. Especially teachers. Especially some nurses, LPNs. Oh, yeah. Some of you truckers that out here getting the miles, you definitely make more money than LPNs. And some nurses, depend. It just depends. So many professions, you are making more money than you don't even know. They need to get your job. And real talk. Real talk. And then if you nice, you're on a dedicated account, like some of the niggas that was on Yellow, some guys that was on Cisco, they had set route off the weekend. That's everything that you want. A set route off the weekend, and your nigga make good money, or good enough money for you. 1,200 may be good for you. 1,400 may be good for you. Shit, you good. I take less money with a better schedule. Now that I would.